I'm reading my cards. I thought it said no bullying, but it actually says no building underground.
Hello Pickles, we've got a special episode for you here today. As you can see, I'm with Vizedi. Vizedi, how's it going?
Oh yeah, can't complain. I have gained an extra year. I'm now 90 years old, so...
Oof, well, before you start telling us about when you were a youth, you better tell us what this episode's about.
Yeah, you created a sugarcane farm, put a video up.
Yep.
And I felt it could be improved.
The challenge is on.
Yeah, my sugarcane farm is better than your sugarcane farm.
Yeah. Anyway, all this will be decided in our sugarcane off, but why don't you talk us through the rules?
So, this is the rules, the official rules. I have the official rule cards here. The area that we are allowed to build our farm is 30 by 7 by 30, and that is sort of shown in the little
bounding boxes,
marked out areas, out the back.
Now, my farm's going to be based off the video that I released recently. The link will be in the description down below. And Fessedi, your farm's going to be based on...
My farm is based on mud, like most of my ideas.
Well, I'm sure that's going to make the challenge very interesting. But why don't we tell the viewers how this is going to work?
All right, so this is how it's going to work before the sun goes down. We're going to use World Edit to paste our builds in, and I will freeze the game. And we're going to have a color block that we're going to put all of it's going to be our chest that our stuff's going to be in. We're going to remove any sugarcane that's higher than 1 high, just so no one gets an unfair advantage. Then we'll unfreeze the game, and we're going to speed through 6 hours of gameplay, and then we will crown Fezzetti as the winner.
Maybe. So this is Fezzetti's design here. I thought I'd bring you into a flat world just to show you what his looked like before we get on to the competition. He has got mud, as he said he would be using to harvest or collect the sugarcane, should I say. So he's using the mechanic where mud, as you can see, looks the same size as any other block, but in fact the game reads it pretty much like a path block or a piece of farmland or soul sand. Therefore, if you leave an entity on top, like an item on the top of there, a hopper below it will suck that through because it doesn't see it as a whole block. So as well as the mud, he's got his hoppers all the way running along there, which will collect the sugarcane like we were talking about just a minute ago. He's got all his pistons along here. The fun bit around the back is the redstone mechanics. And it's a pretty good mechanic, I think. He's got a timer down here using, I think, 32 blocks just to create a timer to send the pistons off so that as the sugarcane grows, he's harvesting it periodically, basically. So it doesn't give the sugarcane a chance to grow for too long. Maybe changing the times and stuff like that could speed or slow down the farm, but I'm pretty sure he's got it optimized.
Your initial thoughts, are you worried?
Quietly confident, no. Actually, yeah, there's a lot more sugarcane in yours than I thought there was going to be.
All right, I'm going to freeze the game. So the game is now frozen. We need to get in.
I just had a sneaky peek at your redstone, by the way.
It's not there's nothing sophisticated going on. So we just need to delete any more than 2 high. So
any more than 2 high. Okay, right.
Or any more than 1 high.
Yeah.
So also this is a bit of what do we call it? An episode 2. We did War of the Wither Roses a while ago, and I still claim that Bobert cheated. So I'll put links to those videos down below. But spoiler alert: Bobert won that one, and I wasn't very happy. So I'm hoping to equal up the ledger here. Let's do the test. I think what am I going to do? I'm going to reset the counters. Right. So if I just check, it should say the counters are empty. Bobert doesn't see it on his screen, but he could run the commands if he wanted to. I'm going to unfreeze the farm. So farm should be running, right. And now we're going to do 6 hours of war. So here we go.
So this is where I turn the game sounds down because the pistons, they're a bit loud. I just want to let you guys know that Vizedi is using a mod called Carpet Mod, which is a really powerful mod that helps you to speed up the game and to then be able to test the output of farms. So we've got the hoppers running into a block of wall, which then we can then read later how many items per hour or how many items within the time frame that we've sped the game up to It'll tell us how many items that we've received. So this is how we're testing the game. We're going to cut quickly to my farm, just so you guys can see that. I have done a tutorial on it, so you can check that out. The link will be in the description below. But let's go and have a look at it. So here we are back in our creative testing world, and we're now looking at my farm. As you can see in the top left corner, we have shrunk down the gameplay of the 6-hour speed up. So that's still going, just so you can see that we've legitimately tested that for 6 hours. Looking at my farm, I just wanted to talk through kind of the principles of what we've got here. So most farms you see, the observer tests the third height or third stage growth of a sugarcane and then fires the piston on the second height growth, and you end up harvesting 2 blocks of sugarcane. What you generally find with that is that the top growth of sugarcane, the third one, that the observer has detected, ends up falling on the dirt. This design uses the mechanic where sugarcane will randomly try and grow, and as it does this, it will try and grow and it will either succeed or it will fail. But as it tries to randomly grow, the observer picks this up and then sends out a redstone pulse. And as you saw just a minute ago, it will then fire the piston above the observer and the 2 pistons, or piston either side of that piston above the observer. This is due to the redstone that I've done behind, which we'll see in a minute. Now, the growth stage of the sugarcane will grow on every random tick that this block receives. And the sugarcane will try and grow, and like I say, the observer will try and pick this up. Now, this makes this farm really efficient, because it will send the pistons off, not on every growth, but every random growth tick. And therefore, if the 2 sugarcanes either side of this observer have grown, then it will knock them off. If it hasn't, it won't do anything. So you're constantly harvesting or attempting to harvest every time it goes. And as you can see, these pistons are all firing off all over the place. Good thing about this is that it only ever tries to fire off 3 pistons at once, whereas some designs you get that use this mechanic, it tries to fire off the whole row of pistons, and that can cause a serious amount of lag. There's a lot of pistons going off at once. Now let's look at the redstone here. So this is the back of the observer here, and as you can see, all it does is it fires off, like you see there, fires off the redstone signal there, which then triggers the 2 blocks either side, which are facing the back of the observer. That is the back of the piston, sorry. The observer is inside or the other side of this block here, which triggers that redstone. Like I said, it fires those off, and it just continues all the way along. Also, the good thing about this farm is that we're using the mechanic now that's in 1.19, where you can waterlog leaf blocks, which means you don't have a flow of water behind because it's trapped inside that leaf block, so it doesn't flow anywhere, which makes farms super awesome to build these days because you don't have the problem of water just pouring all over your redstone. It's brilliant. Anyway, let's get back to the 6-hour testing, and hopefully we're coming towards the end of it. It took a little bit longer than we like, but like I said, there is a link to a tutorial of this farm mechanic, but obviously, depending on what the results are, is whether you're going to watch it or not. Well, did you know, like, here's a nice sugarcane fact here. Sugarcane can grow in any light level. It doesn't need to have light. Hence why I don't have any lights in my farm. Yeah. But you could grow it in a cave, like, without having to light it up. I wouldn't go down and collect anything because the mobs will get you, but you can grow it.
I even used the new block for my lights.
Mud. Oh, that's the frog lights. Yeah,
the frog things.
That's where the light's coming from. I thought that was calcite for some reason. So at this point, I've chosen to speed up the gameplay footage, but it is still the actual footage that we took. I've done this because there was a couple minutes left of the day's cycling, and you're not going to want to sit there and watch that. So I've sped it up. Let's get back to the results, and we'll see who won.
We can just watch the moon fly by. Hopefully this is the last night. Yay!
Ta-da!
All right, so there's no cheating. I've frozen the server. We're going to go with yours first. It's 5,360.
Cool.
So now, the drum roll if I had sound effects, but I don't. We're such professionals. All right, here we go. Oh no! 4,748.
That is close, though. That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
It's not even close.
It is 1,000.
Yeah, it's not close. 20%.
So, guys, if you want to build a efficient sugarcane farm, this is the one you've got to do. Ignore this one. It's a load of rubbish.
We're going to have another challenge where we can build whatever sugarcane farm we want, We'll come up with the rules as we go along.
Yeah.
We might have some form of dimension restrictions because you just can't have a whole world full of sugarcane farm. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. So Bob and I are going to work on a much better sugarcane farm, and we'll see what we come up with. So look for that coming up in a future episode.
So that's the end of the episode. I hope you found it interesting. You've got some data there on rates of farms, which is really cool. And yeah, I beat Fezzetti again. Anyway, if you want to catch our next collab, then hit that subscribe button. Go and check Fezzetti's channel out. Subscribe to him. He's got some really cool farm designs and stuff like that. He's a really good YouTuber. Go check him out. And we'll see who wins the next challenge, eh? Ciao for now.